Hey besties, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Esther. I work from home, study science at uni, and if you're after realistic cleaning motivation, then you're in the right place. Today's video is an entire house clean. I've just finished decluttering our entire house. We're planning to move around October or November this year. So I'd kind of let the cleaning go while I was in the middle of the big declutter. And I feel like until you declutter, you don't realize just how dirty the house is underneath all of that clutter. So today was catching up on it after I finished work for the day. So get ready for an entire whole house clean. We have got washing, we've got a lot of vacuuming, wiping, scrubbing, bathrooms, sheets, everything. So if you're ready to get going, give me a thumbs up. This was my first time trying the Pink Stuff stain spray, and I'm the sort of person who, if a product is overhyped on social media, I don't actually like to try it. I'm really resistant to it because I don't like feeling like I'm just following the crowd, especially if I'm using cleaning products on social media in my YouTube shorts and TikTok and everything. I like to try different things, and I feel like everyone's using the Pink Stuff, but I have to say I'm a convert. So I had just changed the sheets on our bed and I woke up and there was a little blood stain on the bed, and I was pretty upset because I had just bought new sheets and they already had a stain on them. So I used the Pink Stuff spray, and I've got to say it's amazing. The stain is completely gone. So I'll definitely keep using that. So today we had a heap of washing to do. So this was actually while I was working. I work from home in data entry, which means that I can set my own hours, which I'm very grateful for. So while I was working today, I just kept cycling washing. As soon as the little timer went off on the washing machine, I was downstairs to cycle it into the dryer. So by the end of the day, we had a lot of laundry done. I'd say about 6 loads, 2 of those being sheets. So stay tuned, because at the very end of the video, there is a lot of laundry folding motivation. The kitchen had gotten the brunt of being busy with decluttering, working, musical theatre rehearsals and things like that. So we're just going to clean that up. And Rory had a haircut today, so if you noticed, she was extremely fluffy at the start of the video, and now she's had a haircut, so she's a lot more comfortable. I feel like I always leave my cleaning until the very hottest day in summer. So today was 43 degrees. It was an incredibly hot day, extremely windy. I did turn the air conditioning unit on downstairs first thing in the morning before it even had a chance to get hot. So that did help a lot, but I tell you what, it was pretty hard to get through the cleaning. By the end of it, I was really, really, really lagging. But we're about to go down the street for a little treat. I have a lot of food allergies, so I can't have gluten, I can't have lactose, and I'm also FODMAP intolerant, so things like onion, garlic, green capsicums, celery, things that have basically complex sugars in it. So one of my only treats remaining to me in this life is coffee. I love coffee. I have 2 a day. It's kind of my thing. So I get up first thing in the morning, go down the street, grab a coffee, and then I get one in the afternoon. So we will definitely be doing that shortly. I decided to put this recipe in. So we made slow cooker Greek chicken, and for some reason, I went ahead with making this, but I really just didn't think it would be a tasty recipe. It seemed really boring, and when the chicken finished cooking, it seemed really dry. But I put it into some wraps. I will write the recipe out down below and credit the blog that I got it from, and it was delicious. It was a really terrific summer meal. It was really fresh. It was filling. I'm in a calorie deficit at the moment, so I'm not super strict with it, but I'm going to the gym and doing all that things. So I'm looking for high protein, low calorie meals that are actually satisfying, and this one was great. So I went down the street, went through the drive-through at McDonald's, got myself my iced lactose-free latte, and it was back to the cleaning. I'm so excited to finally be posting a new long-form YouTube cleaning video. I've been focusing on TikTok as well as YouTube Shorts because I don't have a camera and I've had a lot of issues with storage capacity on my iPhone. And so I sort of stopped with the YouTube videos because it was just too hard. But my husband works in IT, and so he helped me with some solutions for storage, and I am about to get my free upgrade to the new phone on my phone contract. So that's exciting. I'll be getting the iPhone 17. But we figured out how I could actually manage. It's pretty tricky to do YouTube videos with only a phone. One day I hope to get a camera. But for now, I'm really glad that we've been able to figure it out, because while I enjoy YouTube Shorts and TikTok, I guess you would say passion is long-form cleaning videos. I love watching them. I love making them. Like I said, the editing on a phone is a little bit of a struggle, but I've really missed uploading them. So I'm excited to have one going up. I hope you all enjoy it and get a bunch of cleaning motivation and inspiration out of it. And I would love to have you subscribed if you're new. have really mixed feelings about this scrubber that I got from Amazon. I see a lot of cleaning influencers who absolutely swear by these, especially for cleaning their shower. I've had this one for almost a year now, and the jury is kind of still out on it. I don't know if I'm just using it wrong, but I just find that it doesn't work as well as it seems to work, and as well as people say that they work. I don't know if I just prefer hand scrubbing for some reason, but I just find that you can almost see in the video here on the splashback, it just got cream cleanser everywhere. I feel like you can't press too hard because the bristles just bend, and I just don't think it really does a good job. So you can see here, I used the scrubber, and then I had to go in with the Scrub Daddy because there was still dried on bits of pasta sauce and gunk that had gotten all over the stovetop. And I just don't think it really cuts any time out to use the electric scrubber. So I'm not at the point where I want to throw it out or sell it or donate it to an op shop or something, but I don't know. I think it's just as quick and just as easy if you're using the right cleaning products that actually do a good job and cut through the grease and you let things soak for a while. I'm not really sure that the electric scrubber adds anything. Anyway, let me know what you think, if you prefer the Scrub Daddy or a different kind of scourer, or if you're on team electric scrubber. Once the kitchen was done with, it was onto the dining area. You'll notice in this video that we have very little decor around the house. It is very bare bones at the moment. There's not a lot of plants or ornaments or decor or anything. A candle is about the most decor that we have at the moment. That is because we are renting. We've been married for, in a couple of weeks, it'll be 6 years, and we've rented that whole time. So we're gradually, paying off debts, and I just had to get a new car, so a used car, but we still had to save up for that. So we're gradually saving towards getting our own place, but we've just had to rent, which is fine. For the first several years of our marriage, we are so excited to one day own our own home. Absolutely cannot wait. But obviously we're very restricted with what we can do in terms of decor, painting, all that stuff that I love doing in a rental. Our current landlords are really, really good, but we still can't do a lot. Anyway, we've decided for a variety of reasons that we're actually going to move to a different rental when our lease is up around October, November this year. So we did a big declutter, and I didn't like a lot of the decor that I had anymore. It was very, I bought this when I was 23, and I'm not 23 anymore. So I got rid of a lot of it, and I want to start completely from scratch when we're in the next place. I plan to do a lot of renter-friendly upgrades and decorating and things that will match the vibe of what we call our forever home, which is at this point just a fantasy somewhere in the future. But we have an exact colour scheme and decor plan in mind for when we do eventually buy a house, and we can do whatever we want to it. So it's actually really helpful, because now when I am decorating a rental or buying, dishes or sheets or anything like that, I can look at the mood board for our forever home and think, okay, does this actually match? Is this going to be something that I declutter in the next 12 months. And honestly, I just decluttered so much stuff over the last month that it was almost embarrassing. And I'm really trying to keep in the forefront of my mind now when I do purchase something. Am I just going to be decluttering this in 12 months' time? Or is this going to be something that stays with us into the future? So because we've decluttered and we are planning to move in what seems like a long time away now in October, but will honestly, if the last year is anything to go by, will come very, very quickly. We've decided that we're just going to keep things fairly bare bones and just keep things clean and tidy and not really worry too much about decor. Let me know what part of the house you find takes you the longest to clean. Mine is definitely the downstairs area. The kitchen takes me by far the longest. I feel like once that's done, I'm on the downhill slope and the upstairs doesn't take very long. It is a pretty small house anyway. But I feel like it just takes me so long to do the downstairs and then I'm pretty tired by the time I get upstairs. I feel like the kitchen's what we call the domino chore to get me going for the rest of the house, and it is definitely the most satisfying to clean. But I think next time I do a whole house clean, I'm going to start upstairs. Oh, bye, Rory. And it seems like maybe it would go faster. I don't know. I'm going to try doing upstairs first and just see if I have more energy by the time I get downstairs. But at the same time, my bathrooms are my least favourite thing to clean, especially the showers. So, yeah, but now the downstairs is all nice and tidy. I think the lounge room is probably my least favourite room in this house. Again, lack of decor and my husband's gaming setup and his electric drum kit is downstairs. There's just really nowhere else to put it at the moment. But I find that the wires just make it look really messy and there's not much we can do about that because, again, rental. But downstairs is all done. And, of course, I had to light my candle. I really struggle with cleaning the stairs. We have a cat, and so there always seems to be little bits of claw and lots of hair that get caught in the stairs. So I've seen other cleaning influencers using a carpet rake, so I grabbed this one off Temu for $1.50. And I was a bit doubtful about it at first, and I thought that it would damage the carpet, but it actually doesn't, and oh my goodness, it works so well, and it is so satisfying. You saw there how much hair I was able to get out of that little bit at the back that no vacuum attachment is able to clean. And I just kept staring at the stairs after this was done because they looked so much cleaner than just doing a normal vacuum. Look at all that hair. I just really don't think I would ever get a cat again. The hair just really bothers me. And Rory's a non-shedding breed, so our dog, so she doesn't get any hair anywhere, which is fantastic. But look at all this hair that Ajani leaves everywhere. It's awful, but $1.50 on a carpet rake, absolutely worth the investment. Highly recommend. My office didn't really need too much doing to it. This is obviously where I spend most of my day working, so I do keep it pretty tidy. Just needed to empty the bin, do a bit of a wipe down. It does get very dusty because the cat hangs around up here. You saw him in my beautiful rocking chair that I love to sit and read in. Obviously this doubles as my library, my gaming space. So just did a bit of a quick tidy, a dust and a vacuum, and it was all back to looking reset and beautiful. This is our main bathroom, and I discovered how hard it is to film cleaning in here because it is so little and so skinny. But I got in there, did a bunch of wiping down. I did clean this pretty thoroughly not too long ago, before we had guests over. So it didn't really take too long, which was very, very nice. And if anyone has any idea of how to get dust off a toilet in a hygienic way, I would really appreciate it. So I don't like to use the Scrub Daddy damp duster on the surface of the toilet, even though I know it would do a really good job because it's the toilet. But I don't want to use like a reusable microfiber duster or anything like that. But I really hate wiping the outside of the toilet just straight up before removing any dust because, again, I find that it gets very dusty in here. I don't know why this house is so dusty. I feel like a day after I clean, there's a layer of dust on everything. But I just need some way to get the dust off the exterior of the toilet, off the top of the lid, the cistern, all those places, because otherwise I start to scrub it and I feel like I'm just wiping dust around. It's really gross. So if you've got any tips, I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to do, besties. Please send help. also want to say that these disposable toilet brush thingies that I got off Amazon are another thing that a lot of cleaning influencers swear by, and I'm honestly not on the fence about these. I don't like them. So when I got the little wand thing and the dispenser for the disposable heads, I got a pack that had 3 big packs of the disposable heads in them from Amazon. So I'm just simply getting to the end of them because I refuse to waste them. But I don't like them. I don't think they do a good job. I find that there is always still a dirty kind of look to the bottom of the toilet. They're not thick enough. So where the little wand clip, how it clips into the heads, where that comes out the bottom of the disposable head, it actually scratches on the porcelain in the toilet, which seems really bad. It's very flimsy. There is not a lot of detergent or whatever they store in the heads themselves, so you can't scrub for very long before it just kind of runs out of detergent and goes dry. I've actually ordered a silicone toilet brush, so I'll let you know in a future video how that goes, but definitely don't recommend those disposable ones, even though I had high hopes. Now that the bathroom was cleaned, we only had the master bedroom left. And look at all of this. This was from an entire vacuum of a vacuum of the entire house. That was from empty because I had just recently deep cleaned the vacuum, and it always just gets me that is on our floors. Gross. Here's some extreme laundry motivation, folding motivation for you. Rory did absolutely nothing. She's always exhausted after she has a full groom. So she just had a little snoozy while I folded what seemed like baskets and baskets of laundry. But at least then I had 2 sets of clean sheets, and so I engaged Corey's help because we have a king-size bed and I really dislike putting sheets on the bed. It's another one of those things that I just don't really like. So I got him up here and we put them on. I feel like a lot of this video has turned into me de-influencing you from products instead of telling you what you should be buying. But I was so excited about this new bedding. I got it from Kmart, and bedding is one of the things that when you're a uni student, you can't really afford to go to, Bed Bath and Table or Maya or any of the fancy places and get really lovely bedding. But we got new bedding in Kmart. I was very excited about it. It's a beautiful colour, nice kind of linen style doona cover that we put on the comforter here, and it's really bad. So the sheets we bought at the same time, the sheets are already pilling, so they have pill all over the bottom sheet, which is kind of uncomfortable, and that comforter quilt cover has really pretty wooden buttons for the closure at the bottom, and this was our first time using it, and immediately 2 of the buttons broke off. One of the buttons is already missing. So again, just wouldn't recommend. I think I just have to get to the point where I know that it does cost a lot more money to get bedding from other places, or really anything from other places. I just got a dining set from Kmart as well, which only cost, I think, $30 for 6 plates, 6 side plates, 6 bowls, and 6 mugs. But I think I just have to be an adult about it and think, you know what, yeah, it's expensive, but it's going to last longer. What's the point of buying, 3 different sets of things because they only last 6 months? Anyway, The entire house is now done. I will admit I did not do the ensuite on this day. It was so hot and I completely ran out of steam. But most of the house is beautifully reset. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and I will see you in a new video soon. Bye.